Computer. Recording in progress. Right, let's go back. Hi, Danielle. How are you?
Hi, sorry, I was a bit late.
Not at all. You're probably right on time for my first boo-boo of the night, which was getting the date wrong or getting the month wrong. I've gotten the dates wrong for everything. So getting the month wrong. Okay, apologies. I'm going back to this now. So here we go. Right, Marga, can you see that? Yeah, thanks, Helen. Thank you. Okay, the themes of this month are letting go, balance, allowing, surrender, and trust. All of those things interwoven and intermingled, and we're going to be exploring them as we go throughout September, not just this week and next week, but also on our bonus call on the 13th of September and our last call on the 29th. And of course, these are major themes of the autumn equinox, which will be on Thursday, the 16th of September. This complements the work that we've done in August very well, because August was all about gratitude and getting us into the state of being grateful. And you might still continue your gratitude journal because it will really support this process as well. So I want to delve a little bit deeper into how do we let go? How do we surrender? What do we do instead? Because this is an area that is so fraught with resistance, fraught with the ego mind coming in, going, but how do I let go? And if I let go and I surrender, does that mean that I'm not going to do anything? I'm just going to be sitting there waiting for, you know, my life to unfold. And what does it look like? What does that sound like? What do I do with that? So it really is worth spending some time just going into what exactly surrendering and trusting means, and what can we do instead, and what do we work with, because that really helps the ego mind and all of that resistance come up. If you have questions as we go along, please do ask. It's only a few slides and then we're going to get into the meditation, but I wanted to share this information with you because I really want you to understand this process, because it's the one most people ask me about, so it's the one that's worth going into. Okay, so all that we need comes to us when we're in the state of flow. And when we're in the state of flow, we are in a balance between effort and surrender. It's not that we surrender completely and we don't put any effort in. It's not that we're all effort, we don't surrender. We have to have the balance. And I use this image of the seesaw between the two. We have to do a little bit of surrender, a little bit of effort, balancing it up all the time. If we do a lot of effort, then we have to surrender a lot after that. So if you keep that image in mind of the seesaw, it really helps us to kind of focus, where am I at? Am I striving too hard? Am I putting too much effort in? Am I not leaving any space for surrender? Because one comes with the other and one helps the other. And when we're in a state of flow, things actually begin to unfold and coming into our lives. How does that mean? What does effort mean? What does surrender mean? How can we do that more? And that's what the topic of this kind of couple of slides are about. We do it through effort and surrender, that seesaw and that balance of it, we do through our divine masculine and feminine. Now, we looked at this briefly in May in Bjaltna, at the time of the divine union, which was the green man and Mother Earth, and we did that meditation to bring the two together and to bring that divine union. We're going to delve a little bit deeper into what exactly does it mean, does the divine masculine mean, what does the divine feminine mean, and we're going to just figure out how we can start exercising or allowing or creating space for both of those parts of ourselves to come up more into our lives, because it's those two energies within us that allow us to go into effort and surrender and allow us to have that balance and to create and manifest the things that we want in our lives. When the divine masculine and feminine is out of balance, we'll know that it's out of balance within us because we'll have an inner conflict. We'll have this inner argument, what I should be doing against what I am doing, and what I feel society expects me to do versus what I really want to do. We'll have this inner argument going on. But have difficulty making decisions because we won't be able to trust what's my intuition and what's my head saying to me. We won't have a decision-making process because we'll be in conflict between these two parts of ourselves. And then we might have some sort of crisis of spiritual or emotional nature as well, again, from that inner state. In the world at the moment, there is a huge imbalance in the divine masculine and feminine. We're swung too much into the wounded masculine energy, which has resulted, and you can see this everywhere in the world, in power struggles, in conflict and unhealthy competition. So in the world, what we need to do is bring in more of the divine feminine and also bring in more of the divine masculine, and that brings healing to the world. And what we need, how we do that is we start working on our own inner divine masculine and feminine and that union. Because what we work on within ourselves is what we create outside. As Eckhart Tolle says, what you get the inside right and the outside will fall into place. As you work with coming into the balanced form of the masculine and feminine, that then creates a very peaceful state within. And then as that creates that peaceful state within, we're able to manifest what it is that we wish for and dream for and desire in our lives. Okay. How do we heal these aspects of ourselves? Because we all have, whether we're male or female, whether we are a she pronoun, a he pronoun, a her, their pronoun, whatever we identify ourselves in terms of gender, the divine masculine and feminine, and you all know this already, is beyond sex. It's beyond form, it's beyond shape. It's an energy that's within us. So we both all have these aspects of divine masculine and feminine within us. Some will call it as the twin flame, and mostly that twin flame energy has been kind of portrayed wrongly. It's portrayed as somebody else holds that twin flame for us. And there's all these meditations about finding your twin flame, when really in reality we are our own twin flame. We are that aspect of ourselves, but our relationship with whatever sex we are in relationship with is a reflection of our own inner relationship. So if you're in a relationship with a man and you're in your divine feminine, then that man is a direct representation of your divine masculine and where you are in your masculine. So if you're, throughout your life in your 20s, you could be attracting guys into your life who are egotistical, who are competitive, who are in power struggles. And that could be a reflection then of your own inner masculine just being out of balance. So the more that you bring that into balance within you, then the more that actually means that your relationships heal and you attract in the right type of person, but also offers healing to the relationship that you're in at the moment as well. So you bring this into balance, bring the masculine and feminine into balance within you. How we do it is first offer healing to the wounded masculine and feminine, the parts of ourselves that are holding those wounds and traumas. Maybe when we try to express our femininity, when we were 13 years of age, 14 years of age, or maybe later on in our teenage years, we might have had a little bit of trauma around it, or maybe our first relationship, or maybe the first time that we were intimate with somebody. There can be wounds and traumas around that, or we try to express our femininity in some way. There could have been shame or judgment. There could have been like, oh, who are you to think you're like that, or why are you sashaying your hips in that way? We can have all sorts of little kind of wounds that we picked up along the way. So to bring healing into these parts of ourselves, we offer healing to those parts that are holding that. Then the second thing to do is we get to know what is the divine masculine and feminine. Depending on the person, we can be, it's not about being 50-50 masculine and feminine, but it's about bringing more balance into it. So you might be 60-40, you might be 70-30, but you're kind of looking, maybe you might be 55-45. It's kind of bringing that energy more into sync. And as you get to know what exactly the divine masculine should look like, or what he does look like when he shows up, the more you can name it, and the more you can work with it, and the more you can make space for him. And I'm going to give you some ideas how to do this. And same for the divine feminine. What are her traits? How does she show up? If I know what they are, then when they show up, when I create space, when I allow the divine feminine to be, then I can name it and I can know that I'm bringing balance internally. So how do we do this? The traits are masculine. So you can probably know a lot of these. Logic, reason. It's all the left side of the brain, the logical part of the brain. Action, firm, survival, loyal, adventurous, rational, strength. Whereas the feminine energies, intuition. So while the male is logic, the feminine is intuition. While the male is reasoning, the feminine is nurturing. While the male is action, the feminine is for healing. While the male is firm, feminine is gentle. While the male is all about survival, the feminine is all about expression. While the male is loyal, the female is wise. While the male is adventurous, the female is patient. While the male is rational, the female is emotional. While the male exhibits strength, the female expresses flexibility. So anytime that you delve into your intuition, your nurturing, your healing, your gentleness, your expressiveness, your wisdom, your patience, your emotional body, and your flexibility, you are delving into your feminine. You're delving into your divine feminine. Anytime you're logical, in reasoning, action, firm, survival, loyal, adventurous, rational, strength, taking action really is you're in the divine masculine. So when you know the traits of either or, you get to know them, you get to know that part of you. And we're going to do a meditation today to kind of get in touch more with the divine masculine and feminine and how that feels within you. But making space for both of them, because one doesn't exist without the other, and both need each other. One isn't better or worse than the other, but both are just as important as the other. It's a balance of doing and being. It's a balance of giving and receiving. It's a balance of outward action and inward being. It's a balance of direct versus cyclical, and firmness versus flexibility. So it's that kind of an energy. Thinking even, recently, are you doing too much and not being enough? Are you giving too much and not receiving enough? Are you directing your action outwards rather than inwards, healing, nurturing? Are you in a straight line, or are you thinking cyclically? Are you firm and intent on an approach, or are you exhibiting more flexibility at the moment? So if you want to feed your feminine, you've practiced flexibility, you've practiced being, you've practiced all of those traits that we just went through. And I can share these slides with you separately so you have all of these traits to hand. Another way that you can kind of work with the divine masculine and feminine. And this is the way that I've been working the last while, and it's actually really incredible how things are unfolding. And maybe it's why the divine feminine is coming in and I'm forgetting dates and forgetting months. Maybe that's what it is. But a friend of mine said to me that she was doing a thesis, and I've shared this with some of you before. She's been doing a thesis on the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and how both are at play within a corporation, within a corporate world. And it's such an interesting concept. She was saying then that most companies are in the wounded masculine. They're into direct action all the time. They're not stopping to say, is this right timing? Using the wisdom and intuition, do we have the right things in place? What's the world like at the moment? Is it ready for this product, or is it ready for this program? They're just fixed on timelines and in outward linear direction. And she said, with the results being that money is lost, time and energy is lost in it. And of course, most companies aren't going to turn around and go, I'm in the divine feminine, I'm just going to wait here. But she's looking at the impact of perhaps if they did tune into the divine feminine first and waited. And then when they get the nudge from the divine feminine, get into action. And that's really the main crux of what I'm saying to you today, is what I invite you for September, not October, for September to do, is to, for whatever part of your day that you can, might not be all of your day, that might not be feasible for you. But for part of your day, just tune into, and if you're looking at your to-do list, ask your divine feminine, which am I to do? What am I ready to do? And when she nudges you and says, oh, do this first, then you get into action and you use the divine masculine to drive the action. And if she says nothing, you do nothing. And you wait and you wait and you wait. And then when she says, right now it's time, you get into action. So of course, that might take a lot of the other traits of the divine feminine, like patience and flexibility and healing and all of that. It might be a challenge to do this, but this really allows and gives space for her to speak, for you to get to know her, for you to be in tune with her. And from her nudge, from her saying it's time, the action will come. So it came through so simply tonight, just to share with you very briefly. I was sitting at the laptop going, where's the meditation? Where's the meditation? Where's the meditation for this evening? Where's the meditation? Come on, getting quite anxious about it. Not anxious, but kind of like, you know, I need this. And all I heard from her was, just go make the dinner, Ellen. Just go make the dinner. I was like, oh, holy no, I don't have time to make the dinner. All the objections, usual stuff came up. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go and make the dinner, which meant I had to go to the shops. And on my walk to the shops, the meditation came through. So it's trusting, and it does take a lot of trust to you work with this energy in this way. There might be a lot of resistance to it because we're used to going with the head and having things a certain way. And it doesn't mean, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, that if you're waiting for the divine feminine, that, you know, you're just going to be ineffective and not doing anything, not into action. You will be into action, but the action that you take will be very clear, it will be very fortuitous, it will be very intentional, and it will reap rewards. And you can apply this to everything and anything from, when am I ready to eat? I'll wait for the divine feminine. I'm going to take away my watch. I'm not going to eat because it's lunch or breakfast or dinner. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let my divine feminine tell me. And then when she tells me I'm ready to eat, I'm going to get into action. Okay, right, what does my divine masculine, what do I want to eat? And I'll start cooking and preparing and whatever I need to do to get some food. I could use it for what I'm going to wear today. Again, creating space for that divine feminine, tell you what color do I want to wear today? How do I want to express myself? And again, then getting into action. That's probably the simplest way to really give space for this divine, these two aspects of ourselves, to have space in your life, because it's great to kind of tune into this as part of Soul Seekers and to do a meditation to bring healing to them, but you also want to bring them and to exercise the muscle of the divine masculine and feminine. And to them, then we can surrender and we can trust and we can bring balance into our lives, because we're surrendering, doing things in the moment. We're surrendering to the divine feminine to tell us when to take action, to tell us when it's time. So it helps us with absolutely everything in our lives, because every decision, every bit of action will be divinely led. And of course, it's going to be trial and error in the beginning as you get to know these two parts of yourself. And you're going, okay, was that my divine feminine or was it not? I'm not quite sure, but again, the more you get to know her, the more you get to know this aspect of yourself, the more you'll know her. And the more, but it will always be some kind of aspects of her. It will not be a voice of the head. It will not be harsh. It will not be critical. That's the voice of the inner critic. It will be a soft voice. It will be a healing voice. It will be a very quiet, it's time now. It will be a very loving, very nurturing. It will have all of the qualities of gentleness, of expression, of wisdom, of patience, of flexibility, of intuition. So it's not about getting this right straight away. Of course, it's not, because this could be very new to you, but all of the other stuff that we're going to be doing this month it's going to be working with this. And we're going to be creating our stone for our third eye chakra this month as well. So that's going to really lend into this or add into this. And so too, the stuff around the autumn equinox and the other work as well. So does that make sense for everybody? Yeah, land okay with everyone? Said I have this recorded now, so we can always go back and refresh yourself on any of the aspects of this as well. So this is my invitation to you this month, is for every and any little thing or big thing, wait for the divine feminine and then get into action and see what unfolds, see where it takes you. And as part of your gratitude pages, then you could also put in a section for where you listened, where that divine feminine propped up that day, and then what action came out of it and how that felt for you. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Let's do our healing meditation then. I invite you all to get comfortable. Because when the divine masculine and feminine come together, it's sacred union. It's an inner marriage. Let's meditate together. Making yourself comfortable wherever you are. Opening yourself to receive the healing energy that has been sent around our healing group this evening. And extending both of your hands now, the right hand and your left hand, to reach the soul seeker beside you, the energetic hand of the person sitting beside you in our circle as we begin September. Greeting the person on your right and the person on your left. Taking your place, knowing that this is exactly where you're meant to be, and that you are a valued member of this group. And wishing the people either side of you, wishing that they are well, and they are happy, and they are peaceful. Sending your greeting to your right and to your left. Hovering upon any guides now that you wish to be with you this evening. Power animals, protectors, ancestors. And you can place your hands now back on your lap, wherever you wish them to be on your heart, your sacral, Just breathing now. Letting everything be as it is in this moment. Bringing your attention to the here and now and following the movements in your body as you breathe. Following the cycle of the breath. And greeting the breath with gratitude. Smiling as you greet your breath. And smiling into your body. And smiling and greeting to your heart. And then smiling to your divine inner masculine. With an awakening sense of knowing this part of you. And smiling into your divine feminine. Knowing that she's there. You tell them, I am ready for divine union. I am ready for sacred union. I am worthy of sacred union. I am grateful for the love that flows to me, and I receive it fully. My heart is open to deep soul love. My heart is open to soul deep love. My heart is open and I am ready for divine union. See yourself now in a peaceful place. A place that's secure, safe, bountiful, and beautiful. The sun is shining brightly. Nature is alive. Your senses are filled with the sounds of nature and the smells. And as you walk, you are the embodiment of your divine feminine. What are the qualities that you feel and express within you? As you allow her free reign, you allow her to fill you up. You allow her to move your body. You allow her to be fully alive within you, creating that space, surrendering to her. Where is she held in your body? What's her energy feel like? If you're not sure, just keep asking your body to show me. Show me my divine feminine. Show me the aspects and qualities of my divine feminine. And as you walk, that energy, that intensity grows and flows. Is she intuitive or healing? Is she full of wisdom, kind and gentle and caring? Is she slow? Is she intuitive? Is she mothering? Show me my divine feminine. Show me and let me be all aspects of the feminine within me. And as you breathe, you give fire to her. You create more space because she can occupy the full being of who you are, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Let her be. Let her grow. Let her contain you to fill you up. How does she move? What does she say? Embody her, feel her. Every breath you go deeper and deeper to that feminine energy. Flowing, creating, nurturing. As you move, you walk deeper into this peaceful place. You move deeper into nature. And you see at the other end of this path, there's a figure making its way towards you. You continue on your journey, waiting to see the silhouette make itself clear against the skyline. And as the silhouette comes closer, you realize it's your divine masculine, the full and complete expression of your masculine energy. Looks just like a man, walks just like a man, but embodies that divine masculine energy. Solidity, structure, security, action, directness, survival, integrity, loyalty, adventurousness. All of the traits that support the feminine he holds, he embodies. Watch how he walks. Watch how he expresses himself as he continues walking the road, getting closer to you. How do you feel as you watch him? You're noticing any resistance coming into your body. Just let that go. Let it be. Name it. Reassure it. It's okay. It's natural. And watch as this masculine extends his hands to you, inviting you to enter into a dance. A sacred union dance. You take his hand. You move together. Complement each other. Moving intertwined. You surrender your body to him completely, trusting and knowing that he's holding you, supporting you, loving you. A divine love, an unconditional love flows effortlessly between you. How does it feel to move in union? How does it feel to be supported, to surrender, to trust? As you awaken this love within you, this unconditional love, it is sent to the wounded male and female energy within you. It is sent to the parts of you that may be holding shame or judgment or egotism, competitiveness, or striving, pushing, forcing, not trusting. And so as you lean into this relationship more and more, as you feel that unconditional love, that dance between you, the more that you dance, the more that energy is generated and sent to the wounded parts of you. So as you breathe in the unconditional love from this dance. And as you breathe out, you surrender to the dance. Surrender to the movement. Surrender to the masculine. I am open to divine union. I embrace divine union. I surrender to divine union. And the more you dance, the more the love is awoken. The more the relationship is nurtured. And you tell your divine masculine to show me how I can trust you more. Show me how I can surrender to you. Show me in my everyday life how I can lean into you, when to dance with you. Show me your support. Show me your love. And hold me. He takes his hands and wraps them around you. And he puts his hands on your heart. And with your breath, you breathe him in, taking him into your heart. Breathing him in. Inviting him in, dissolving him into your being. Asking him to take residence within you. And you place your hands on your heart now, acknowledging his presence within you. Letting him settle and get to know your space. And you thank your heart. You thank these aspects of you, of the masculine and feminine, for being so present within you. Giving them permission now to be more present in your life. Giving space and allowing them to be there. And putting your hands back out. Holding the hand now of the person to the left and the right, your fellow soul seeker. As you acknowledge their work this evening. They too have awoken their divine masculine and feminine. And we're all on this path together. Thanking and wishing the person on your left well, wishing them happiness and peace. And then wishing the person on your right that they be well, be happy, be peaceful. We are all one. We are all one. We are all one. Bring now this meditation to a close in a normal way. Moving and moving into, leaning into that divine feminine energy and asking it to tell you when and how to come out of this meditation. Let that guide you already. Wait for her to tell you and then move as the divine masculine shows you how to move, and bring your attention back. Namaste. Thanks, Michelle.
My divine masculine was a native, I don't know if it was the music, native Indian with the full headdress and everything.
Wow.
And his name was Brave.
Amazing. Amazing, Catherine. Have you had affiliate or kind of resonate with
the drumming? I do. The drumming always, I could go to sleep to the drumming noise sometimes. Just some kind, yeah. I think I do. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah. So, but then in the middle of it, then a grumpy little Buddha appeared. He was just sitting there with a grumpy face on him. Don't ask what that was about. I was probably, my feminine side was probably Pocahontas then, you know.
Could be. And yeah. If you wanted, if you're good at drawing, well, just even getting a representation of that divine masculine, whether you're good at drawing or you could Google it and print them out and put them on your altar. Something, that's what I would suggest for all of you if you have an altar, is put something that represents divine feminine and masculine. It could be the yin and yang, you know, the really famous circle that has half white, half black, and then there's a dot of each in it. That's a representation of the fact being feminine and masculine as well, or anything else that you want to put up there just to work with that energy would be good.
I put a little empty bowl on my altar, so to represent receiving, like that thing a while ago. Just yeah, anyway. I full on fell asleep. Like completely asleep. So I'm gonna listen back to it again another time.
But you took it in. Sorry, Margaret.
Yeah.
I missed the whole thing too. I fell asleep.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing.
I just heard one right in the middle, and then I was like, oh God, I was asleep, and I woke up and then I was off to sleep again.
Same.
I thought I thought I was gonna fall asleep, but because I was so tired, but in fact I didn't. It was beautiful. My masculine divine was a forest. It was a tree that was connected to the whole forest. And I was, I don't know, some sort of nature thing. I don't know. I was, I don't know, a plant or think. And the fusion was really complete between the man tree or tree man, no man tree, whatever, forest and me. And it was just, wow, beautiful. Very powerful, very, very powerful.
Wonderful, Ariane.
Mm.
Thank you for that. Yeah. And, you know, for those who fell asleep, don't worry about it. You know, you just might have needed the rest tonight, or sometimes we're but asleep so that our subconscious can receive and start processing things on some level. You know, it doesn't mean that you miss anything. Well, you do miss some things, yeah, of course, because you can't remember, but you still get what you need in this moment. So sometimes we just need to be but asleep in order for something to process at a subconscious level. And you can listen to the meditation just in it's a short one enough, just on its own. So again, if you want to, yeah, it's going to be there. It's be there tomorrow if you want to. But yeah, it's so worth, you know, exploring these themes, because they, as I said, build on the energy of gratitude that we cultivated and exercised so much in August, and that it is just so complementary to that, and plus it's the themes of the autumn equinox as well. So I'm excited to see where this brings and what this brings. Annie, hello.
Good evening. Well, what happened to me was I was completely catapulted to a time when my energy was nearly totally masculine.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I know, I could recognize it. And wow, that's crazy. Like, but because of doing the meditation, it actually sent me right to that time. And I could see how out of balance I was. So for me, working on this would be a big thing, you know, to get the balance right. Like,
And Annie, do you mind me asking, was there specific traits that you recognized from that time? You don't have to give it specifics, of course. You don't have to share anything you're not comfortable with, but is there something that really, just for the group, I think it'd be really beneficial to hear what you...
It was like, I can remember at the time thinking I was just a warrior all the time. That I was kind of battling through life, or everything seemed like I had to be strong. I had to be very, very male, very, you know, direct and moving forward. And yeah, it's like, just reflecting on it now, like, it's like, wow, I was so out of balance. And obviously I did have a nervous breakdown at the end of that. So it's, when you reflect back, you go, right, you didn't give your feminine side a chance at all. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting exercise for me, and one that I'm grateful to have.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and my divine masculine was a soldier. And I didn't actually get to see his features. It was just the silhouette the whole time. But then when we danced, it was like a vortex where we just wrapped around each other. I did find it difficult to let go with the strength of the male, the masculine.
Yeah, I think that's where we all, you know, that's where our wounded masculine comes in and goes, hold on, what?
Yeah, it was like, no, that could make me weak. You know, that was just what came up for me. Like,
that's the thinking, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, it was a very interesting exercise.
Thank you for
sharing it with her.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that, because it really brings in, you know, the words that you use, I think, are so resonate so much with people, is that, you know, we live in a very masculine world, in a very wounded masculine world, which is all about doing, striving, all about the warrior energy that you talked about, but the warrior energy that is overdoing, no room for flexibility, strict and hard, and you know, just and if something has to break, because of that, as you say, as well. So I think we've all recognized that in ourselves.
I have to say, like, people would think that a nervous breakdown is the worst thing you could have in your life, but it isn't, because you have to stop. And then you build the broken bits all back together, which you've learned through that process.
Yeah, then there's room for the feminine through the cracks.
Yes, yes, exactly. And it doesn't make you weak.
No, and it actually makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? That's the irony of it. Sorry, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking, obviously.
No,
about
I know in
general.
general.
Yeah. It's like letting go of those beliefs, limiting beliefs that are putting us. Yeah, to allow things to be flexible and be. Yeah, and we did this.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Yeah. Well, that's the balance, isn't it? And I mean, that was part of, for those of us who did the dancing on the Friday, that's what a lot of the tracks were about, is to dance the divine feminine and dance the divine masculine, to allow them a place to express themselves. And that's what you could do now if you wanted to. For those who have those tracks, they can go back, or even if you don't have those tracks, let's put a piece of music on and give your divine masculine space. Okay, I'm going to dance the way you want me to dance. I'm going to move in the way you want me to dance. And the masculine will be very rigid, very forceful, very kind of staccato movement. And then put down another piece of music and give the divine feminine space to express herself, and that'll be all fluid and hippie and all of that energy. So you can really allow that space to that way as an avenue to express themselves. Fiona's just put something very important into the group that I want to read out. She said sometimes it's called a breakthrough and not a breakdown.
Yes, that's very good. Thank you, Fiona.
That's amazing.
That's a good one.
Thank you everyone. Great. I will see you all next Wednesday. Just bring a stone for your third eye. I'm going to work on intuition. It complements all of this. I'll put it in the group because I know we've lost some people because it's after 8 o'clock, and I know others couldn't make it tonight. So I'll also put it in an email. You can use one that you've created before, or a new one, but an intuition stone, a third eye stone. Okay, great. Thank you everyone for being here, and I'll see you all next Wednesday, the 8th of September. I'll learn my dates and my months.
Bye, everybody.
Right. Thanks everyone. Bye.